if you didn't, it would like break the time-space continuum, I think. To make sure that things were still working harder.
We good.
Yeah, hey Michael, y'all had some time to think about it and look at the third down issues. What if has there been one thing that you all can fix or how we all try to address the third down moving forward?
First thing, executing, but also just owning the looks that defense has given us. I don't feel like they showed us anything new or anything unexpected this past week, but just owning those looks and doing a good job of, for me, knowing the answers to those looks and being able to, put us in a position to be able to convert those third downs for sure. So that's something that's definitely an emphasis and something that we're going to fix.
Has it been a common theme throughout? It looked like, you had 3 sacks. It looked like miscommunications on one of them. That counted for 4.
Yeah.
Has there been, if y'all looked at all of them, has there been a common thread or theme throughout?
Yeah, just executing the simple things, things that we go over each and every day. Just so that whenever we do get in those situations, we're at our best, and we weren't at our best in those moments, and that's what we got to fix and get right moving forward.
Raheem told us that he had a conversation with you about being so hard on yourself. Like he said, I've never seen you like that after a loss. You took a lot of the blame, and he said he felt like he needed to talk to you to kind of deal with the ups and downs. So what was that like, and did you kind of learn from maybe not being so hard on yourself what to do?
Yeah, I mean, that's just how I grew up. I feel like my dad, he pushed me into being, physically and mentally tough for any situation, and that's just kind of how I grew up. I was always tough on myself because, I felt like I was always supposed to, put our team in positions to win football games, and whenever I'm not completing wide open passes, I feel like I'm letting the team down. But like what you're talking about with Raheem, we did have that conversation, and it did help, to hear that from him, and obviously, knowing that, everybody in the building, they understand what's going on, outside of what the people on the outside might not understand, as far as what's going on and why we can't, be what we want to be. So they just gave me that. Raheem gave me that perspective, and just told me just give myself some grace and, not be so hard on myself. He feel like it's a good trait to have, but obviously you still got to give yourself grace at the end of the day. I know I talked about that before in here. I don't know if that's camp or what, or early on, but yeah, that's all it was, but it was good.
Raheem talked about your connection with Darnell Mooney. I mean, how do you feel that is at this point in the season?
Yeah, we got a lot of room to grow, and we will. I got all the trust and faith in Mooney in the world. The work that he puts in each and every day, allows me to have that faith, and it don't waver in any way, shape, or form. So we're gonna get right. It's just time on task. Just continue to get those reps each and every day. Being intentional with those reps, so that whenever we do get out on the field, we are connecting and doing the things that we want to do. So, but it'll get fixed. It'll get better, and I'm looking forward to that.
Is that something that you can do in practice, or is that something that has to happen on Sundays? Like, how does that happen? That's what I'm asking.
Taking it one step at a time. Not trying to answer and solve every problem at one time. But if it's just just getting better each and every day. Getting 1% better. Fixing one thing each and every day. So that we can build up that chemistry. And obviously, we mid-season. You probably thinking like it should have been built by now, but at the same time, it's football. It's not always gonna go the way we want it to go, but it's always room for improvement. It don't matter what point in the season you're in, and I know me and him and that connection, we definitely want to improve, and we will.
You being so hard on yourself, Mike, would you say that it has affected you sometimes on the field?
Nah, see, I don't let that stuff affect me on the field. When I'm on the field, all that stuff go away. But yeah, I don't let it affect me on the field, for sure.
Reese also made the point that none of us know what it's like to be an NFL quarterback. I would imagine that feels like a lot of weight on your shoulders. How do you deal with that part of it, internalize all of that?
Trusting in God, trusting in my faith, trusting in my preparation each and every week, and just going out there and having fun. You know, I don't play for anybody's expectations. I don't play for anybody's pats on the back, man. I play for God's glory and that alone. And you know, as long as I keep that mindset and, you know, continue to keep God first, you know, I know everything's gonna be okay. It don't matter what point in my career I'm in. I know I see a lot of things of people saying, "Oh, I'm only a certain amount of games in," but at the end of the day, I got to be my best for this team, and it's gonna come out. And each and every day, I feel like I'm getting better. Each and every week, I feel like I'm getting better, and it'll come around. We'll figure it out.
Is there something that you've struggled with that feels uncharacteristic to you, where you think to yourself, I've made that play, I've done that 1,000 times, why didn't I do it right there?
Nah, I mean, I just hinted on it with the first question. It's just kind of just, you know, just the open God thing. You know, hitting the open receiver. You know, that's about it. You know, I feel like just got to do a better job with that.
Is footwork an issue there? Is that something that you're focused on?
Yeah. I mean, it's a combination of a lot of things. You know, but at the end of the day, I got to make it happen. You know, whatever it is, if it's my footwork, if it's the way I'm going through my progressions, you know, my time, my eyes and my feet together, it's all a part of it, you know.
Everyone always makes a big deal about like pace of play coming from college to the NFL. Do you feel like maybe you're still getting used to that like pace of play right now, and you're not fully okay? No.
Nah, I feel good.
This is a division opponent that you get to face for a second time. What do you remember from you met them early in the season? Does that matter now?
It don't. But obviously, if you look back at that game, I feel like they're for them they probably feel like they had success in that game. So maybe they do show some of the same things that they did in that game. But we'll be ready for every look, and we'll definitely make it a better game than what we did last time. But outside of that, no.
What can you say about Tyler Allgeier's performance? Raheem said that he's probably the least talked about superstar on this team. So what can you say about Tyler so far?
Man, he's awesome. He's great. He's amazing. I know Raheem hit on it before to the media like this. We don't have like a 1 and a 2. It's a 1A, 1B, you know, type of deal. And man, he's amazing. You know, the physicality that he brings. You know, just the way that he runs is different. You know, it's different. You see him pick the knees up, and you know, if he on the corner, he gonna drop his shoulder and, you know, punish you. So it's definitely great to be able to have that, and obviously with Bijan as well. You know, having both of those guys, you know, it's definitely something amazing. And I don't feel like I feel like that's the best running back duo out there, and he puts in a lot of work each and every day, and that's why it shows on game day.
How selfless is Tyler? I mean, he is in a room with Bijan, and Bijan's been getting so much praise this season. But do you ever see it impact Tyler?
No, I don't, man. He always come in here with a smile on his face, ready to work. You know, he's a team guy. He wants to see everybody win, and you know, him and Bijan got an amazing relationship. So I couldn't see him ever, you know, feeling some type of way about the reps and stuff like that. Definitely because of that relationship as well. But he's been nothing but great since I've been here.
What's his personality like if he comes in with a smile all the time? I feel like he can be a little goofy.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. He could be goofy. He could be a little weird. He got it all. He's a great person, great player as well.
You're halfway through your first year as a starter in the NFL. Do you feel like you're any different now than you were when the whole journey started, just this season?
Yeah, for sure. You growing, you learning, you seeing more ball each and every week. You know, seeing a lot of different unscouted looks, and you know, I feel like seeing the ball is definitely something that's gonna help you grow each and every year, and you know, so I definitely do feel like I've been seeing it a lot better and feeling a lot more confident.
Have you seen a trend specifically for like what defenses are throwing at you versus, I don't know how much tape you watch of other quarterbacks maybe versus just yourself or your opponents, but
Nah, I ain't seen no trend. I feel like every week we went into a game. Whatever we saw on film, that's what they brought. It was never like, oh, they brought more of something because it was me. So I wouldn't say I've seen any trends.
How much film do you watch from that last Panthers game? I mean, you guys are a completely different team since week 3. I mean, do you study it a lot? Or you kind of look at it and?
No, for sure. We definitely study a lot. Because like I said, you know, they had success, and they might feel like they can build off of that success with calling maybe some of the same things that they called early on. So, you definitely watch that film. I watched that film the other day, and it's definitely something that we're gonna watch and continue to get a feel for what they're gonna do, so that we can go out there and execute at a high level.
Raheem has mentioned more than once about how he and you are the lightning rods for the team. When things are going well, you get credit, and when things are not going so well, you're targeted for criticism. During this 4-game skid, have you been doing anything? Have you been trying to insulate yourself from that type of social media or anything else?
Nah, man, I'm human. I'm not perfect. I know that. Even though, like we talked about, just being hard on myself, but at the end of the day, I'm still human. Each and every person on this field is human. So at the end of the day, that stuff don't matter. I know who I am inside, and at the end of the day, football isn't my identity. I'm a son of God, and that's what I believe in, and I just walk by faith and not by sight and not by what other people are saying. So I just continue to go about my day each and every day just like that, and I continue to pray to God, and everything will be good. So.
Anything else?
Are there any similar experiences that you've had in the past, like when it comes to just it's your first year as a starter in the NFL? Are there any similarities like when you first played in college, like going from high school level to college and just kind of adapting to that level? And at some point, like in college, obviously, things clicked at some point.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if that can be something that happens at this level too.
Nah, I wouldn't say, because in high school, it was different. And then obviously in college, I didn't play past 6 games for 4 years straight, so it was tough to have that feeling. So I wouldn't say so.
Do you feel like there's this offense could kind of click into place and things just start to flow a lot more seamlessly at some point, whether it's down to certain elements?
Yeah, why not? Why not this week? You got to figure it out. We're going to figure it out. We're going to get it going.
I know you lean on your faith, but who do you lean on to help you? We haven't played quarterbacks. Would you lean on a former quarterback or your coaches to kind of just help you kind of assess things, and good and bad?
You saying as far as on the field?
Yeah, both.
Stuff?
That help you mentally and physically.
Oh, no. Mentally, my fiance, she's always there for me. So I know whenever I get home, it doesn't matter how I played, she's always going to be there for me. She's going to have a smile on her face and give me a hug and make me feel good no matter what. But as far as physically, the on the field stuff, it's not nobody that I'll talk to as far as another quarterback or anything like that. I do have people reach out to me. I do have quarterback coaches though back at home that reach out to me as well. Tell me, hey, you need to clean this up, clean that up, and everything will be good. So those guys help me as far as that too. So I can shout out them.
Is Derek Brown the toughest tackle y'all see?
Probably. He's real good player. He can do it all. He's real good in the run, in the pass, and to be that good, and obviously at that size is definitely a really good trait, for him. But at the end of the day, we got to do what we can to make sure that we go out and have the game that we want. And obviously it's attacking everybody on that defense, but you can't deny that he's a really good player.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks, Mike.
Thank you.